YouTube, what's happening? It is Friday, November 1st, and we need to talk college football because we have a whole bunch of games tomorrow on Saturday, 40 of them to be exact. So you can see all these games. It is going to be a lot of games to go over. It's going to be a long video, like an hour long. If you don't want to hear me yap about college football for a damn hour, I suggest you go ahead and pay 10 bucks, become a member, because you can get every play like this right here typed out for you. You can see if I pass, if I take the spread, whatever I do, you can see it all right there. And I do it for other sports. NHL, NBA, college basketball starts next week. Did you know that? Yeah, it starts next week. So everything's there. Look, if you don't want to do that, I get it 100%. It's 10 bucks. Hey, it's up to you. It's up, I'm just trying to make it available and convenient. So, other than that, we're going to break down every game like usual. So we're going to talk about the game. I'm going to try to pull up their schedules because some people requested that. I don't have injury reports, so just college injury reports are terrible. You know this. They're not like the pros. So we're going to look at all that. We're going to give thoughts. If they're garbage games, we're going to pass. We're going to try to do it as quick as possible. So we got 40 games. Drop a like, subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump to that first game right now. All right, so we're going to start with Minnesota and Illinois. Now, I made some changes to the sheet. You probably noticed if you've been watching, to get the sheets ready so I can have it so you all can actually have access, the members can have access to it. I had to remove some things that just weren't helpful. Home and away was not that helpful at all, let's be honest, because we have 2024, we have the whole season. Most college teams only play 5 away games, and I looked at multiple teams, the numbers were not that different. So it's not really helpful to have all that extra data on there. So I took them off. And then I took off the betting side on all the sheets because these were the ESPN numbers. Who uses ESPN Bet? Let's be honest, not many people. So you can have your own betting site. If we want, I can pop over here. I can look at Outlier and say, oh, look, I can come down to Illinois. I can find them on the thing. There they are. Boom. They are. Minnesota's a 3-point. Why is Minnesota a 3-point favorite? What are we doing? Minnesota's 5-3. What? I'm just learning all these things just down with here. So yeah, we can look at it there. So, but for the sheet, for its purpose to make it where it's easy enough where it doesn't break on you, and I can actually have it for you, I needed to remove some things. So, but it's clean this way. It's nice. It's not that big a deal. So if you want to look it up, teamrankings.com is a great way to see some of the home and away stuff. I get a lot of stats from cfbstats.com there. It's a pretty good one too. So you can see all the stats and then you can narrow it down even more if you want. But Google Sheets has limitations. You can only do so much on there. So I had to narrow it down to make it work. So let's just jump in. This is going to be more of a conversation based. Like my other ones, I kind of roll through with cuts. We're going to kind of just chill and relax. This is a long one. So Minnesota, Illinois, like I said, I'm already shocked they're 5-3. Like what? So let's pop over here. Let's look at Minnesota's schedule. Let's look at Illinois' schedule. I'm trying not to spend more than a minute per game, but I had to explain the stuff in this one. So Illinois lost to Penn State. We knew that. And then they got their ass absolutely blasted by Oregon. So, I mean, Minnesota, they're sneakily 5-3, but it's USC who's not that good. We know UCLA's garbage. They barely beat them. Minnesota, not Minnesota. Maryland, how did you beat them by? Maryland's bad. They're just getting the benefit of playing good stuff. I don't care. I'm taking Illinois. This is just one of those. It's like it's at home. People are gonna be like, "Oh, Minnesota's favorite. Gotta go Minnesota." I'm like, no, I don't do that. I go based on. Well, help if we look at the stats. I should probably do that first. Damn. Okay. All right. So passing 71, 52. That's a slight advantage, Illinois. You can't run the ball. You stop that pretty good. You can't throw. Minnesota's defense is actually looking nasty. Hold up now. Okay, let's just retract that. I'm taking Illinois. It doesn't matter thing. I think it does matter. Damn, I might actually just. I game 1 of the year. I bet on Minnesota against North Carolina, and I swore I was banning them for the whole season. I think I'm going to. Oh my God, am I going to lift the ban? I think I might. Oh, that defense is nasty looking though. Give me the under 45.5. Yeah, let's rock with that. We're going to go under 45.5. That feels good. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside when I think of a game like this. It feels cooler outside. I'm assuming I'm in Florida. It's still hot as hell here, so who knows? Yeah, Minnesota -3. That's what it is. I'm looking at it right now. 45 though. I like 45.5. Beautiful. We'll take that under, and let's just go ahead. Let me show you how it works. I'm going to bounce on to the next one. Who's next? It's going to be, Air Force, Army. Hell yeah. There's Army. See, just click it. Boom. New game. And all the stats update for us. So And looking at this, now I'm going to get rid of these two games here, and then I'm going to pop up. I need to go down, find the teams on the schedules, which they're in chronological order. Shouldn't be that hard to find. Schedules. Boom, boom. All right. All right, so for this game, now I just got to find Army. There they are. They are 22.5-point favorites with a 42.5 number. This should be a blowout, let's be honest. I mean, it's an academy game, we know, and usually they're closer, but come on. Look at this. Look at it. Look at the 1-6. Yeah, you both are the same here on passing. I mean, but these don't match up. Your number Army is running over everyone literally. 127 yards is terrible. Even though you're 31st in rushing, you're just not getting it done. 30th in pass defense. That's great. Army's last in passing by 0.3 to you. They're 44th. That doesn't matter. But Army's third in rush defense. That's where it matters. That's where the key comes in this one. The spread is 22.5. And it's under 42.5. I don't know how Air Force scores. Let's be honest. This the only strength Air Force has. Army's going to take advantage of. Let me show you the stuff real quick. There's their schedule. You can see what they've done. They're just running over everybody. They're getting better as they go. Except for ECU got some points, and that was like comeback points too. So Air Force, let me show you theirs. Straight losses. Their only win was Merrimack. Who sound like a brand at the store. Ooh, I got me a pack of Merrimack, like a brand of cigarettes. So that's what it sounds like to me. But they just have not been close. Like, come on. Yeah. Go Army. Be Air Force. Gotta take it. I'm taking Army 22.5. They're obviously, they're easily going to win the game, I'm pretty sure. If you want to take a total in this one, I would probably lean Air Force team total under, which might be a fun one real quick. Let's pop that bad boy open and look at it real quick. Team. Let me show you. You can watch with me. This is Outlier, obviously. Link in the description to get you a free week of all the props and everything. I don't do props in college. No props because a lot of places ban it. So no point of covering it if path you can't even see it. So Air Force points. What are we looking at? 10? 9.5. 9.5 under. I can get 10.5 for 185. Oh my God, that's terrible. Yeah, we're just going to stick with the Army on 22.5. We're going to stick with that. Go to that next one. Let's just keep her moving. Where are we going next? Akron. Buffalo Akron. Not even going to the schedules. There you go. You see, when we see this much red on a screen, we don't waste time on this. So I'm just going to waste the time explaining to you that we don't waste time on garbage like this. There are so many good games every single week. We are in the time of the year where we just had a week. With one day, we had the equinox of all four major sports. And then we have college football, college basketball starting. Here's UFC on Saturday. There's so many things to bet. Nobody's bankroll is big enough to bet everything. Technically, it could be. But, I mean, we're not trying to bet every single game. And games like this don't even deserve our time of talking about. You're not going to watch it. Let's be honest. No, yeah. You see this. There you go. Screenshot if you want to talk about it. We're moving on. This is a pass. See, this is a better game. Much better. Now, it doesn't look that good for the offense for Duke because Duke's 6-2, but Miami's 8-0. And Miami's offense is nasty. I mean, it is our. That's what they are. Oh, let's come now. Let me open up some schedules here. Wow, is every good game in the morning tomorrow? That is crazy. I just saw another game that's coming up too. So, all right, let's pop over here and let's find some Duke. I'm sure I got to scroll to find them. Or I can just go Control F and go Duke. Like that. Boom. We got MFL. That's a weird way to do Miami. 20.5. Not bad. 54.5. Cool. Let's look over here. There's your schedule. They beat everybody. They beat up on Florida State, Louisville, Cal, blah, blah. And then you have a couple controversial ones. And then we got Duke. Here's their schedule. You want to take a look. Georgia Tech and Samu in overtime. I mean, okay. So back over here. First thing we see, second in passing, 12th in pass defense. Well, that's going to slow Miami down, you would think. 32nd at running, 88 in run defense. That's a Miami advantage right there all day. You can't run worth a damn. That's what they're good at. You're kind of good. You're below average in passing, and you're probably above average, almost good, because 39 and up is green in my sheets. So once you hit 39, you're going to be green, and that's right there at the cusp. So yeah, Miami has the clear advantage here. Now, is Miami 21 points better? I can see Miami jumping out in this one real easy, like jumping out quick because of the running. Because 88 run defense against a team like Miami who's going to utilize the run to open up the pass, which means that'll get abused more. Yeah, and it's in Miami, which they'll have like 17 fans there. I get it. I know how it is. So there's things to do in Miami besides go to a game like this. But I'm taking Miami. I don't take plus points on the road often, if ever, rarely. So we're gonna go Miami over 21.5 because I just don't see, or 20.5. I mean 20. I don't see where Duke's going to keep up. That's all it is. I don't see him keeping up. This whole is what, 54 and a half? Both defenses are good enough to keep this low scoring because it was 28-27 against SMU, and SMU has a much better offense than Duke. So, and Duke's defense is much better than SMU. So therefore, ipso facto, we should cancel out and then have a lower scoring game. Maybe. That's why we're not taking the over. We'll take Miami 20 and a half and roll on next. What do we got next? We're going to roll to like all the early games, then I'll take a break. Then we'll do the afternoon games, and I'll take a break. So that's a lot of talking in a row. So where we go next? We are heading to UTSA. It's Memphis, 7-1 Memphis. All right, we'll look at this one. We will pop into this Memphis, UTSA. Open them up. Open the schedules up real quick for you. Let's pop over here. Oh, no, it's Memphis. There it is. Memphis is 7-point favorite on the road. 61.5 is our total. Okay, kind of high, it feels like. Let's look at the schedule, see what they've been up to. UTSA, they just lost to Tulsa. Have they taken a week off? They're already on the, no, they're already 8. Okay, makes sense. They beat FAU and Christian and Kennesaw. That's not a good year. This coach probably should have took a better job when he had the chance because it's not good now. You lost to Navy, which Navy is obviously pretty good themselves until they ran into Notre Dame last week, but hey, whatever. I mean, Memphis, just looking so far, I'm leaning Memphis. Let's look at the numbers, see if that agrees. Memphis is good at throwing. You are piss poor at stopping the pass. You're not great either. You're below. You're good bad. Like you're in the bad range, but you're right there on the cusp of below average. You are just shitty. Let's call it what it is. You are dog shit when it comes to stopping the pass. And 38, Memphis should do work. 18 should do work on here though. Let's not get twisted. We might have a air it out, just back and forth shootout in this one. You can run. You're great at stopping the run. You can't run. You're great at stopping the run, even though they can't run much. So I think over 61.5 is going to be the play. If they do what they're supposed to do, and if these numbers do like they're supposed to, I can see this being a 35-31 game in the early fourth. I can see that easily, which will put us over. So over 61.5. I'll rock with it. I'll lean with it. Let's see. Now we're going to NC State next. I'm down for that. Ugh. Usually you see a Power 4 conference game and you're thinking, oh, it's going to be good. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, these teams suck. Look at this. I'm not pulling up schedule for this one. 52 and 123. There's your advantage right there. If you think NC State's going, what's the spread? What's the total? It is NC State by 9.5 with a 47 total. I mean, there you go. 52 versus 123. NC State should be able to throw the ball. They can't do anything on offense. And it's NC State in this one. And I'm going to take it. I'm actually going to put NC State on my list, but minus 9.5. But I'm not looking too deep into it because this is garbage. But there's one clear advantage there that we need. These are all cancels, and then one advantage for NC State on defense. You don't run, they cancel out. Yeah, so give me NC State to cover by 9.5 at home. On top of that, early game for Stanford. This is 9 a.m. kickoff for them. They ain't awake yet. Well, they're Stanford. They're used to getting up early, going to class. So, but those people aren't playing football. So, all right, let's move on. What do we got next? Arkansas against Ole Miss. Let's see. There's a lot of green though, so we will break this one down a little bit more. So let's go Ole Miss, Arkansas. Let's pop over here. I should be able to scroll. There's not that many games. Let's see. Right there. Ole Miss is 7.5 favorite on the road at Arky with a 54.5. Okay, cool. That's not an issue. We can rock with that. Let's look at this. Let's open them up. Schedule for Ole Miss, number 19 Ole Miss. You lost to LSU. You beat Oklahoma. Okay. And then Arkansas is 5-3 Arkansas. Not bad. You beat the hell out of Mississippi State last week this was my best bet too. I even put BB next to the pick. I said BB, best bet. It was Arkansas -7. I was like, this is going to be too easy. And you can see it was. But today though, 4 versus 88. I mean, Ole Miss should be able to toss that tater. They should be able to. If Dart's playing, he might be. Who knows? I don't know who the hell's the quarterback on these teams anymore. It feels like because there's so many damn injuries, and then some of these teams are so sketchy with their injury reports. They're not as strict as they are as a pro. As a pro, it's like you got to know. So, we'll 4 versus 88. That's what you got to do. You throw the ball versus Arkansas. They can't stop the pass. 23 versus 68. Arkansas is going to have some success themselves at throwing the ball. The total 54.5. The defense is great at stopping the run, like amazing at stopping the run. But I just 27 versus 1. Arkansas is going to have some success, but not much. 40 versus 36. That's a push. So, so the running backs are going to have success. The passing should have great success on both teams. So we got to take the over. This is an overplay. This is over 54.5 all day. Now, do these numbers always hit? No. We want to hit 60%. 40%, we're going to be wrong. That's just how statistics work in betting. Yeah, if you're hitting 60%, you're doing amazing. That's what it is. So don't think we're getting every play right, every play wrong. It doesn't work that way. So moving on. Purdue is up next. I thought Purdue would be so much better. I'm just going to be honest. I thought they were going to be like still okay and sneaky and try to upset teams at home. Nope, not this year. I mean, look at this garbage. The only thing good on this screen is that they're good at running, but that's the one strength Northwestern has. So Northwestern is obviously the play here. They just are. They are the play. Let's see who Northwestern, what the spread is. It is Purdue by 2.5. Yeah, no, I'm taking Northwestern plus 2.5 on the road. Hell, I'm gonna get 3. Let me get 3 out there. You know what? Keep the points. No, I'm just kidding. No, we'll take +3. +3 / money line. You can do both. You got options on there. So I'm taking them with this. That's the one thing to do. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with offense, but hey, I don't know. Oh my God. Why would I do that? Why would I even touch this? All right. I digress. Let's go back to a pass. Like, that should be a pass. That's a pass all day. Okay, I went ahead not to break out early because I wanted to have a nice break before we jumped into probably the game of the day, Ohio State and Penn State. So let's look over here. It's looking like Ohio State -3 on the road. 47 is the number. Let's look over at the schedules. You're undefeated, obviously. You beat up on Wisconsin last time, and you have a loss to Oregon in a great game, 31-32. Loss to Oregon on the road at Autzen too. Autzen's probably the hardest place to play because of the noise and the way they built the stadium. So, I mean, gonna be a good one. Gonna be a good one on the day. So, let me look over here. James Franklin needs to do something. You can't fire him because they're good. They're always good, but they're not good enough to get the next step, it feels like. And then Ryan Day is going to have the whole, he lost to Penn State, fire him. Both these coaches are in a lose-lose. It doesn't matter what you do. You lose, but look at the numbers. 22 versus 19, that's a push. 28 versus 8, that's a push. 35 versus 8, that's defense. 28 versus 6, that's defense. I mean, it leans defense. It's giving defense. We'll call it that. It's giving defense. What's the total? 47. I'm gonna take the under. This feels like it's going to be a slugfest. Defensively, Penn State's quarterback is he will play, but it isn't. They didn't announce he's going to start, but he's going to play, which is weird. But he's probably going to start, right? That makes sense. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to take the under in this. I can see this being just a defensive struggle, final score like 17-9, something crazy like that. I don't know which way, but that's what I'm going to go with. Under 47 in this one. Let's keep it moving. Let's move on to is that really Eastern Michigan next? Let's look. I mean, I'm not opening schedules on it. It's got to be a decent game for me up with schedules, but 35 to 67, that's advantage Toledo. 54 to 80, that's advantage Eastern Michigan. Terrible versus not bad, or bad versus average. Okay, under is going to be the play. It looks like. Well, no, their offense is decent. The passing's decent. The rushing's terrible. I'm passing on this one. I don't like this. You can play it if you want to, but I'm not. My money won't let me bet this. I can't. I just can't. So we gonna keep it moving. Virginia Tech. Excuse me. All right. We got 5-3, 5-2. Okay. Is this worth opening? I mean, this looks very holiday-ish, very Christmassy-like. A lot of red and green going on. You can't throw. That doesn't help the offense. You can run, but they're going to shut it down. You love throwing. You're going to shut it down a little bit. You hate running. They hate it too. So, I mean, they all push. Everything's a push on this one. So, and what's the line? It's 4 for Virginia Tech. Nah, fam. I'm passing on that too. I just can't. I'm not feeling that at all. That look ugly. All right. Where we going next? We're going to the loveliest village on the plains. Do we do we do it? Do we? I think we might. Let's see. Vandy doesn't throw much, which is probably decent for Auburn because they're average. 70 versus 26 though. That's an Auburn advantage all day. That's like 44-point difference. 45 versus 77. That's an Auburn advantage. 46 versus 28. That's a Vandy advantage. So it's more Auburn than Vandy. Yet when you look at the spreads, let's see. What time is this game? 12:45. Okay, so it should be right. Yep, smack dab. Auburn's favored by 7.5. Now, remember, Vanderbilt's quarterback actually beat Auburn last year when he was with New Mexico State. Remember when New Mexico State went into Auburn and embarrassed them as when Auburn was like 20-something point favorites? And Vandy already beat Bama. They gave Texas a hell of a game. I'm taking Vandy with the points because I want to root for Vandy. Who doesn't want to root for Vandy? I like me some Vandy. So we're going to take Vandy plus 7.5. Because that's what I want to root for. And sometimes you just want to bet for, hey, I'm betting on it. I want to root for it. Good to go. Because the stats should tell you to slightly take Auburn. I can see 7.5, but hey, if Auburn wins by 7, guess what? I still win. So we're good. All right, move on. I'm not opening a schedule for that either. Maine and Oklahoma. Well, there's Oklahoma's numbers. This is what happens when you get FCS. I don't put anything in there, and you get the nice NCAA logo. There you go. You'll see that a lot in college basketball, I'm sure, at the start of the season. But hey, there's your numbers for Oklahoma. Have a peek, because we're moving on. Screenshot if you need to. Tulsa UAB is just, come on. Are we wasting our time? I mean, as bad as UAB is, they do have the number 4 pass defense, so that is worth something. Because Tulsa's pretty bad too. What is the line? The line for this one is, how far do I gotta go to get UAB? What? I'll just use the search bar. That makes sense. 2.5 UAB. They're 1-6. I'm not opening it up. This is trash. I just can't. That's a pass. This game's a pass. Next game's probably a pass. There's going to be a lot of passes this week, I'm going to tell you right now, because some of this trash I'm not betting. Because now we're at the point of give up. What that means is we are 7 games in of a 12-game season. There are literally going to be players in whole-ass squads, like, they just quit. They're sick of the coach. They're sick of losing. They're sick of the bullshit. They're done. These are 18 to 22-ish, normally, sometimes older. They got better things they want to do. They want to go party. They got to focus on school. They want to go home, see their family. They got shit they want to do, not get their ass kicked every week. They quit. Quick factor is a big thing right now. Especially with November here. Holidays are starting. Homesick's going to set in pretty heavy for some of these kids. You know it is. So let's go on. Let's see what we get. I have to say, Appy Valley. Old Dominion. Let's see. This one looks 15 versus 109. That's App State all day. 38 versus 123. That's Old Dominion all day. You can't throw. That's pretty good. You can't run. Well, that's no. You're about the same. So these are equal. I bet this is like a 3-point spread. This is my hunch. It's 3. It's Old Dominion by 3. I was thinking App State by 3, but Old Dominion by 3. I don't like it. Hey, I got good guessing that spread. I had not looked at the spreads at all this week for college football Saturday because I've been doing other sports. So, ooh, this is a fun one. As soon as I saw this name, I chuckled because the first thing I thought of when I saw this wasn't, oh, Florida State's going to get their ass whooped again, was Mac Brown might retire halftime. Because what if, hear me out, Florida State's raggedy ass offense rolls up in here and all of a sudden beats UNC randomly when everyone else in their mama beating Florida State, North Carolina loses. Matt Brown might retire for the 2nd time this year. So, I mean, the stats wise tell you take North Carolina. I mean, offensively. The spread's probably UNC about 7.5, I'm guessing. Let me find a Florida State. Where you at? Oh, it's UNC by 2.5. That feels like bait, doesn't it? You know, when they set the line a certain way, they're like, ooh, we got to take North Carolina. I'm going with my gut. I'm going with the weird feeling. Because we'll actually dig a little deep. We'll dig deeper into this one. Let me pull this one up. This is, where the hell's, there they are. Florida State, UNC. Let's look at their schedule. Just something's telling me take Florida State, which is a weird thing to have when you see these numbers on the screen. But, I mean, do what you gotta do sometimes. Yeah, they played Miami, beast. Duke, beast. Clemson, beast. SMU, beast. That's 4 beasts in a row. And they kind of did decent against Duke and Clemson. Now, Duke, I call it beast, but Duke's not bad. We know that. North Carolina, Virginia, not a beast. Georgia Tech, no. They lost to Duke by 1. Cool. Madison pung 70 on them. Something is telling me weird vibe. I'm getting weird vibes. As soon as I saw that, it said take Florida State. You know what? Sometimes you gotta go what you got. You should probably pass. I'm gonna bet Florida State, and if I'm right, Mac Brown's gonna retire at halftime. Calling it. You can clip this shit and post it if I'm right. If I'm wrong, no. No, don't you do it if I'm wrong. Only if I'm right. I'm going to take FSU plus 2.5. It'll go to 3 by tomorrow. I know. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 on my sheet. So, because everybody going to pop in there and be like, oh, UNC 2.5. I bet. And that's fun and all, but I don't know. It's weird. So we're going to take Florida State plus 3. Florida State plus 3. Oh, I felt weird to type. It doesn't feel bad, though. It don't feel bad. So, all right, moving on. I just don't trust Carolina at all. Their defense is miserable. Anyone can score on them. So, moving the hell on. Let's go. Where are we going? We're going to Nebraska now. Nebraska and UC. That's a lot of block ends. Okay. All right. Well, Nebraska has an advantage in every category except for one, and it's literally the same number pretty much. 6 yard difference. They ain't an advantage. What's the spread on this? Nebraska by like 6. Let's find it. Nebraska by 7. I was close. I knew it was there. The stats pretty much always line up. Yeah. What are we doing here? I don't even need to pull this one up. The defense is good. The defense is bad. Both your defenses are good at stopping the run, but neither team's good at running the ball. UCLA is the worst team in the country at running the ball. 64 yards. I could get 64 yards. Come on. That's crazy. Well, I assume that my knee will probably buckle out, but hey, whatever. Both teams are decent in the passing. Minnie Mahomes is going to go out there and get the win. Yeah, Nebraska by 7. They're going to put on a show for the fans. I'm not worried about it. Nebraska minus 7. Yeah, UCLA is not about nothing. Not about nothing, I think. Let me just secretly pop open these 2 tabs real quick. Let me look real quick. I'm just talking a whole bunch of shit about this game. Let me actually look you can look with me. How about that? UCLA schedule. You beat Rutgers by 3. Congratulations. You lost to Minnesota by 3. Not bad. You lost to Penn State. Okay, I'm getting a little concerned now. These aren't these bad of scores. Those aren't that bad. They didn't look that bad. Okay, you played great against Ohio State. Indiana whooped your ass, though. That is concerning. But that was on the road. You beat them. Oh, my God. Okay. I'm changing this to a pass, but I lean Nebraska because those UCA scores kind of worried me a little bit. So we're going to pass on this. Let's move on to a team that's actually worthy of being talked about. This one here. How about Iowa State 7-0? Texas Tech 5-3. We will pop this bad boy open. So we want Texas Tech and number 11 Iowa State. I took the rankings off too because pretty soon we're gonna have AP versus college football playoff rankings, and it's like it messes with it too. So you know the rankings. And do rankings really matter? No, they don't. Not to the last one. So rankings are there for media to talk about and argue. Why are they 2 and not 1? That's all that matters. So let's look at the Texas Tech. Let's look at the score. Texas T. All right, got them. It is 13.5 with a 56.5 number. Let's look over here at their schedules. Iowa State, undefeated, obviously, 3-point win here. And we got Texas Tech. Let's look at theirs. They lost their last 2 to Baylor and TCU. A lot of scoring, a lot of high-scoring games. Of course, it is Texas Tech. Their defense is not the best. Iowa State, though, is pretty good. Now, the rush defense is surprisingly terrible. Wow, okay. So 19 versus 2. And they'll have some success, but not much against a 2. 47 versus 134, though. That's the worst pass defense in the country by a mile. Wow. Wow. Iowa State. What is your team total points? I might just the over's 56.5. I'm I'm leaning. Let me go back to this. I'm gonna go open this up to Texas Tech. I might just take Iowa State team total. I'm gonna tell you right now. Team total for Iowa State. I want their touchdown. I want their points. Over 30. I can get 34.5 or minus 120. I'm going to take that. I'm going to tell you right now. That's what I'm taking. Iowa State team total over 34.5 because I'm getting it at minus 120. I'm okay with that. Here, I'll show you. You don't believe me? There it is. 120 right there. 34.5. And that is for Iowa State points. That's all I need. So we're going to rock with that one. That sounds good. I like that. Pop back over here. I mean, you could take the spread if you want. The spread's 2 touchdowns, but Texas Tech, they some gunslingers. They'll stay in it. That's how they do it. So I'm gonna take advantage of this passing defense and then being able to somewhat pass the ball. And they can't. Yeah, we're just gonna assume if it's a shootout, good. Just keep scoring. I don't care who wins. Just score, score, score. 35 points is all I need. All right. I'm sure everybody thought this game was gonna be a good game. I don't think it is. I think one team is not even as good as their record insists they are, and it's not Oregon. So, all right, let's look. Oregon, Michigan. Get rid of that. Oregon. 14.5 with a 44.5 total. Well, that is a number, isn't it? So we do need to look at these two teams because even though I don't believe Michigan's any good at all, they are still going against the number 1 team in the country. So we need to look at this. Oregon's number 1. They beat Ohio State. We know they beat the hell out of Purdue last week. They look pretty damn good, don't they? Michigan, they lost to... No, they beat Michigan State. That's right. They beat them by 7. They lost to Washington, Illinois. There we go. I mean, the spread's 14. It's at Michigan. This feels ugly because who's going to throw the ball for Michigan? If Michigan had a competent, I mean like a 70th ranked passing attack, I think they can remain in the game. This could probably still be 14, but it will be something else. Your defense isn't even good. Your pass defense is 85th against 12. That's an Oregon advantage all day. 125 or 17, that's an Oregon pick. That tells you you're probably going to get at least 1 interception. You can feel it. Rushing, they both run the same, but yeah, Oregon's not going to run for much because Michigan's run defense is pretty good. But yeah, I'm taking Oregon. How are they doing on points when they score? 38, 35, 32, 31, 34. If their team total is anything close to 30, I doubt it is. It's probably 34. But, you know, Oregon points. Where we at? I can get 30.5 for minus 105. I can get 29.5 for 130. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That is 4 touchdowns in that. And then I don't have to worry about a spread. Let's do it. I think Oregon's going to abuse Michigan's pass defense because that's what they do. And I don't care about the spread. Just give me Oregon to score their 30 points. Like they scored 32 in Ohio State, who would just, I believe, blow out Michigan. They scored 30 out in Illinois. Yeah, this is what's going to be. Give me Oregon team total over 29.5. That is hilarious. Let me show you, just so I got proof on camera. We're under Oregon, and we see 29.5 is minus 130. I don't want to go 30.5. I mean, I could. That's 31 points. 31's a key number. So that's 4 touchdowns and a field goal. So, but I'll take the 29 because that way we're in the 30 range because Oregon has scored 30 in every game except the first game against Idaho. Surprisingly enough. Don't believe me? Here it is. See? 24, 37, 49, 34, 31, 30, 35, 38. Give me 30 points against Michigan, who you should easily get this against, and I'm a winner chicken dinner. Cool. Moving on. That's enough. Ooh, all right. UTEP is up. UTEP? This is a pass. I'll tell you right now. It is a pass. Where is UTEP? There it is. I'm blind. UTEP 1-7 against Middle Tennessee. Look at all the red. All right. Well, the one good thing Middle Tennessee is good at, that's the one good thing UTEP's defense is good at. So this is 100% a pass. If there's a pass that's ever passed, it's this pass. Okay. Marshall's up next. I gotta scroll down. Marshall and Monroe. Man, Monroe 5-2. Bowl eligibility if they win. Nobody thought that was going to happen, but still crazy. Both offenses are terrible. We're not open scheduled for this one. This isn't big enough to open schedules. Sorry. Pass defense is good. Passing is bad. Running is awesome. Run defense is bad. That's big advantage Marshall. You can't pass. That's okay. Um, they would shut you down anyways, probably. You'll have 52 versus 1. You'll have some success running. This is leaning Marshall, but looking at this, it's probably going to be Monroe by 3, I'm guessing, even though it probably should be Marshall by 3. So let's look at the spread. It's Marshall by 10.5. What? What? No. I was gonna pass on this, but I thought Marshall would be like 2, Monroe would be favored. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm actually gonna take Monroe in this one. We're gonna take Monroe plus 10.5. You're giving me that many points? Okay, I'll rock with it. It makes sense to me because looking at these numbers, yeah. No, we'll take that. We're good. Let's keep it moving. This is a field goal game. This game should be close. I don't know why 10 is crazy. Anywho, what we got? K-State, Houston. We're coming down here. All right, we're gonna pause, take a quick break. All right, we're back. K-State in Houston. Now, this is ugly. Houston's offense is terrible. K-State should. This is just K-State by 17, right? That's what this should be. Houston, K-State. It is K-State by 13. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. Houston on the road, little home field advantage. That makes complete sense to me. Okay, cool. Just so you can see it. No, you want to see it. 13 right there with 45.5 total. Okay. I'm not opening a schedule for Houston. I just can't. This is K-State. Let's just see if we got an advantage here. K-State runs the ball. They're 60th at stopping the run. So yeah, this is easy. They can't throw. They can't stop it. And they kind of run, but they shut that shit down. So this should be K-State, no problem. Let me, you know what? It's right there in my face. Let's open it up. I'll show you. Why not? The only loss was the BYU whooping your ass. Somehow you got your ass whooped by BYU. That's wild. You barely beat Kansas up, but that was the rivalry game of the year for you, though. So those games are always close. Like a la Alabama Auburn last year. Look what happened. So Houston, what did you do? You beat Utah. What? What? Okay, and you lost by a lot to Kansas. How did you beat Utah? That's okay. Utah fell off a cliff, didn't they? Okay. All right. I'm still taking K-State by 13. That feels good. So it's gonna be K-State minus 13. I'm okay with that. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Michigan State. You see, nope, can't see it, can you? You can see we only have so many games left. Not many. We're on Michigan State. Indiana, Michigan State, big game. Is Indiana for real? Is the question everyone wants to ask. This is, looking at the numbers, this should be Indiana by 14. Should be. Is it though? Let's see. I am not. Where the hell is Indiana? Let's scroll past it. Indiana. 7.5. I said 14. Michigan State hung with Michigan and lost last time. We pop over here. We look at the numbers. It's all green versus red and yellow with some green. 21 versus 28. Okay, that cancels out. 24 versus 45. Okay. A little bit of advantage for Indiana. I don't see how Michigan State's going to get points. You suck at running the ball. They're 4th in stopping it. You're 67 versus 25. Yeah, I'll take Indiana minus what? 7.5? Sure. Sure. Actually, I'll buy it down to 7 just to get that push potential. I love me some push. People will try to shame you and say, you shouldn't buy points. I bought half a point. It's my money. Get over it. I like the option of having a push if need be. That half will influence people to bet the other way. They're good at that. It's literally mind games the books play. So, no, I'm going to buy the push potential. Push potential. It's hard to say. All right, let's move it on. All right, we got it. We're up next to Florida, Georgia, world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Ooh, Georgia should win this one. This is a rivalry. They don't take it easy on Florida. Florida's going to have a rough day. I'll pull up the schedules, but we kind of know these schedules already. It should not be pretty. Let's just be honest. Florida versus number 2. Bringing the schedule up so you can see it. Bang, there you go. This is Georgia's schedule. Nope, that's not it. That is it. There we see Georgia's schedule, what they've done. Their only losses to Alabama. Then we have this neutral site. This is in Jacksonville. Last year in Jacksonville for 2 years, where they're going to have one game in Atlanta and one game in Tampa, which they could have just had it on the home stadiums. That would have been a lot better. But no, can't have that. Neutral sites are stupid. I don't care. They're played out. That's what it is. They're not stupid. They're just played out. There's too many of them now. Let's see. We have all this. You beat Kentucky by, yeah, you did good. You lost to Tennessee. You're playing better, but I mean, come on. How good are these teams really? Let's be honest. So, it's Georgia by 14 and a half with a 51 and a half total. Let's see. Where's the advantage? You throw, you stop throw. You throw, you not as good stop throw. Georgia can't run the ball really, but that's good because they can't either. They can't stop it. There's Georgia defense is going to shut it down a little bit though. So, mm, yeah, yeah. I'll buy the half. I'll take Georgia. We're going to take UGA minus 14. We'll buy the half if I need to. That's fine with me. I don't care about that. I'll spend the 10 cents. Not a problem. Now we're going to the Gus bus. I mean, the first thing, Gus is going to run. That's all he does. We see he runs inverse 75. That's all you need to know. 40. Arizona has been such a disappointment. UCF, we all kind of expected this, but I thought Arizona would be much. I thought Arizona would be like 6-2 right now, not 3-5. Just so sad. Just so disappointing to me. Let's see. What's the spread on this? Arizona is UCF by 6. Okay, they're good on offense. You see running, they're 75th. They have an advantage. 40 versus 108, Arizona has an advantage. This feels, me thinks this might lead to defense not doing much and overs being scored. I'm taking over 55 and a half. Yep, what I'm doing. Over 55. I can see this being a high scoring affair. Even though UCF likes to run because that's what Gus likes to do. I can see some points being scored in this game. If not pass, it's up to you. So, all right, moving on. Troy, oh come on. I don't want to talk Troy. It's Coastal Carolina. The Sea Chickens? Come on. Offense is terrible. Defense is terrible. Pass. No, I can't. No, we got a stretch of garbage coming up, I'll tell you right now. Literally. Next one's going to be kind of garbage too. Next is going to be literally New Mexico and Wyoming. I mean, if you want to take New Mexico, by all means. They aren't a team that inspires confidence when I think of a favorites. I'm pretty sure they're favored. I just don't. New Mexico is 7.5. And if you were wondering, Troy, Coastal Carolina is 3.5. But both of these are passes. I just, no. I mean, New Mexico should win just by looking at stats and everything because Wyoming is just so bad. Look at that. I mean, good luck on third down defense against Wyoming, though. They got you. They lock your ass down. But other than that, they don't do anything. Crazy. All right, that makes sense. We're moving on. Keep her moving. Navy's bouncing back after their ass whooping, and they are 87 in rush defense. So give me Navy by 20. That's what it's going to be. Load me up some Navy. 11.5. That's all I need to see. Rice can't stop the run. I mean, we're going to keep it simple. You can't throw. You can't play any offense. They run. That's all we need. Rice's strength is in pass defense, not run defense. And you're playing Navy, so good luck with that. Yeah, Navy minus 11.5. Simple, easy peasy. Moving on. Is that UMass? UMass at Mississippi State. Usually I would say Mississippi State whoops their ass, but I mean, Mississippi State is so bad this year. I mean, so bad. Let's look. It's Mississippi State 18.5, and I don't feel safe. This doesn't feel safe at all to me. I'm passing. I can't do it. I don't trust. They lost to Toledo at home by 30. I just can't. No, UMass is not good, but I mean, 18? No. Nah, fam. No, it's a pass for me. I can't. I can't do it. Let's keep her going. We're going to Fresno. No, come back. We're going to Fresno. Where is it on my list? Gotta scroll all the way down. Fresno. Okay, neither team can run the ball. It's Hawaii from the Big Island. Here they come. 39 versus 73, advantage. 54 versus 68, not much of an advantage. Neither team can run. Defensive advantage for both. Your third down sucks. Your turnover sucks. It should be Fresno. It should be. Fresno, you are a 12.5 point favorite. I'll take that. I can rock with that one. That feels good. Fresno minus 12.5. Yeah, Hawaii tends to travel issues whenever they come from the travel over the road games. Always has some issues occasionally, so we can rock with it. And the stats line up with it too. So Fresno, let's bounce. Okay, Oklahoma State, Arizona State. Oklahoma State is about where I thought they'd be. They're just not good. And then Ollie Gordon just forgot how to play football. Just randomly. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, did Duke have, like, was he juicing last year and came off the juice? Like, what are we doing? How do you go from being like Heisman like candidates all last year, start the year, and all of a sudden you wouldn't start for half the teams in the country right now. That's how bad you've been. Look at this. Look at this rush. Look at it. Look at that. Now, I think this also means that the O-line was really damn good last year, and now they're just not damn good at all. So I think that's what it is more so. That's got to be what it is, because they're passing more. 19 versus 68, that's an evangelical mistake. 19 versus 133. Arizona State's going to run forever against Oklahoma State. What's the over, under? 57.5. That's where we need to go. Both teams, their strength is their advantage here against the defense. I'm taking the over. So we're going to go over 50, what did I say, 57.5. I'm cool with that. Ride with it. I'm down. Yep. So we only got a few games left. We are bowling through these games, mowing through them. Oh, Wisconsin, Iowa. Ooh, defenses are good. Hey, Iowa's defense is getting a little bit better on the secondary. They were like 70s for a minute. They were not good. They can't throw. Nothing new there. But they can score points. Look at that 29.4 Iowa offense. Ooh, better than Wisconsin. You run, you're 66. You run, they're 17th. That's Iowa. That screams Iowa. Those numbers say Iowa. The spread says Iowa 2.5. I say pass. I can't bet this game. I just can't. Oh, I just can't. This is going to be a margin of error game. One turnover is all you need to decide the winner. And Wisconsin's offense has been doing good, but then that defense is nope, can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. So USC Washington's up next. Man, USC is both teams. Well, we expected Washington. They got their coach poached by Bama. USC, you were supposed to be, hey, you're supposed to do better. Now you're 4-4. What? But hey, we're getting back to what we know. Pass defense terrible. They were good at start the year. Now they're just dog shit again. Number 1 pass defense, Washington. That makes sense. 16th in passing. Washington's going to win this game probably, aren't they? Well, they're plus 2.5 at home. So, but I'm going to take them. We're going to take Washington plus 3 because it'll go up to 3, I'm sure. I'm almost positive. You can find 3 out there. It's Friday afternoon. It's Friday. You should be able to find it. So, moving on, we got to power through the South Carolina, Texas A&M. I don't know. What are we feeling about this? It's A&M by 3. We do know that much. Running defense. Passing defense. Passing, no defense. But do we take South Carolina? Looks better on paper with the stats. I mean, their yards per game aren't as good, but they have good defense against what A&M's good at. I lean South Carolina plus 3. That sounds like madness, but I'm taking it. Scar plus 3 on a Saturday night. That sounds spicy right there. That's a spicy one. Little spicy meatball. Clemson, Louisville. I mean, defenses are average all around the board. You're both really good at passing. You're good at running. You have an advantage everywhere is green versus yellow. 68 versus 46. The only thing you don't have an advantage in. So Clemson's been absolutely just mowing teams down since. We'll actually open this one up. This is a decent enough game we can open up and actually look into the schedule a little bit. I didn't think any other games were really, but this one has too much of a closer matchup. So schedule looks like a Clemson. Clemson's been doing work. Virginia, like 48, 40. The offense is humming. Look at all these numbers. Beautiful. Yeah, Georgia's Georgia. You got Georgia. Yeah, it happens. Louisville. You hung with Miami. You hung with SMU. You even hung with Notre Dame. Boston College, you beat. I mean, their game is going to be close. Nonetheless. What is the total of this one? It is 62.5. Damn. With average defenses and great offenses, you know what? I am all down for sitting down to watch an absolute madman shootout of like 50-40. I'm down. Let's do it. 63 is going to be like, oh, remember when you could got it at 63 when the game started? Now it's 28-21 in the first quarter. Like, what? Yeah. Oh, let's do that. That's crazy. So we're going to take the over 62.5. That sounds good. All right. Moving on. Yep, that's enough there. We're going to South Alabama versus Georgia Southern, and your defense is pitiful bad. Like, Georgia Southern has no defense, and you have no pass defense, but that's good. Well, no. Georgia Southern actually passes the ball now. I thought they ran the ball a lot. They used to run the ball a lot. 101 versus 44. That's defense. 46 versus 118. That's Georgia Southern passing that tater. They throwing that rock. Anything South Alabama wants to do, they're going to be able to do. So this is going to be a high scoring game. You can just tell. Unless the defense steps up, this is going to be high scoring. 60.5 it is. Yep. Over 60.5. You know, I haven't taken an under yet, I don't think. Maybe one. I don't know why. I just one of those days, just one of those weeks where it feels like overs are going to hit. Just feels like it, doesn't it? And maybe not to you, but to me it does. Kentucky, Tennessee. Rivalry game. Kind of, sort of. A lot of T logos. Kentucky is just not that good. People thought Kentucky were good, then they realized Kentucky's not good. And then Tennessee 6-1. Oh, you're the only 10 I see. 17.5 is your spread. Damn. That seems high. But I think they got it. Let's see. Let's look at the matchup, see if it makes sense. You can't throw, shut it down. You can't run, shut it down. 62, shut it down. 7, hey, if Tennessee runs the ball, they have some success. But that's the only success they have. That doesn't scream 17-point favorites to me. That screams like 10-point favorites, maybe 7-point favorites. But I'm not going to take Kentucky plus points on the road. No, I'll take plus points at home, but on the road, no, it's a pass. We're going to pass on that one. Just let them have their fun. I'll watch from the sideline. Pittsburgh and Smoot. Now, this is a fun game. No one saw it. This might be my favorite game of the weekend. No one's talking about it. They should be, but they're not. Pitt with Eli Holstein back there and Smoot just, both pass defenses are atrocious. That's what I love to see. I love it. Ooh, tell me this like 60, like 50 something. Just tell me. It's 57.5. Yep. I have high score hopes with this one. I have ladder high score hopes. Like it's at 57. I'm probably going to take 60, 63. I might bump that bad boy to 70. Maybe. We'll see. But I'm taking the over. This is 57.5. Yep. I think these pass defenses are going to get absolutely abused. I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be an absolute shootout. Running guns. It's nonstop. So, yep. My favorite game of the day. I'll tell you right now. Favorites. I don't care about Penn State, Ohio State. Ohio State's probably going to win. But this should be fun. So, and it'll be on a channel where it's going to be on ACC network. So you ain't got to worry about commercials every 10 seconds like on the big networks. So, where we going? TCU Baylor. You know, is it technically a rivalry game? It feels like it. Back when they're both split for the whole BC go to the playoff thing. The first one, I remember that. It was they split the title of the conference, which caused them both to miss out on it. Dumbass commissioner. Anyways, 5 versus 63. That's advantage TCU. 61-17. That's advantage TCU. 124. Anything. That's advantage Baylor. 51-96. That's advantage Baylor. So is this a pick'em? This should be a pick'em. It's Baylor -3. Baylor's at home. It's a pick'em. So for a pick'em, we pass on to pick them because I ain't feeling it. Not at all. So we're going to pass on that bad boy. That gives us one game left. Thankfully, we don't have any games the last game's 8 o'clock. Both these, we don't have any 10 p.m. or Hawaii home games or any of that garbage. And this is garbage. The last game's garbage. It's a pass. I'm going to tell you. Look at that. That is terrible. We're not playing it. That's a pass. So we end the game, the day up with 2 passes. So let's pop back over here. Let me pull up the whole schedule again so you can see everything. It's a good day. It's not the best day of football. I mean, they joke around and say, well, if you want to go do some apple picking, we'll just get through the day game, watch Ohio State, Penn State, maybe some Auburn, watch Army roll over Air Force, maybe some Ole Miss. Then you get you a nice break because there's going to be a lot of blowouts in here. You come down here, maybe watch some more decent high-scoring night games, but it's going to be one of those days you can go do things on Saturday. It's not the best week of all. So enough of that. That's 40 games. I appreciate you watching. I know this was a long video. Become a member. It's always helpful. I appreciate you watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and we will see you next week for more college football. Peace.